Not too many people know this, and that is why I'm sharing this with you. This is where the federal government grows medical marijuana. Question is, since it's legal under federal law, obviously, and the states make it legal, then why is it still illegal? In 1996, California passed Proposition 215, making the use of medical marijuana legal. It also set no limit on the number of plants a patient could grow. Todd McCormick decided to grow 4,000 plants here in this Bel Air mansion. He suffers from histiocytosis X, has 5 fused vertebrae, when the federal government decided to make an example out of him. After this case, it was quite clear that the federal government would only tolerate up to 99 plants being grown here in the state of California. Peter McWilliams found out in 1996 that he had non-Hodgkin's lymphoma and AIDS on the same day. With the help of doctors from UCLA and using his body as a guinea pig, they found almost a cure for AIDS. With full-blown out cancer and on the verge of death, doctors were able to lower his viral load, cure him from cancer, and reduce his viral load all the way down to 0. AIDS research has become that advanced here in the United States. So Peter teamed up with Todd McCormick because he wanted a book to be written called How to Grow Medical Marijuana. During the writing of the book, Todd McCormick was busted for growing 4,000 marijuana plants in his Bel Air mansion. Keep in mind that he was following state law. And Peter's crime was agreeing to publish a book called How to Grow Medical Marijuana so that he could save his fellow man and fellow sufferers of the AIDS virus. In mid-March 1996, Peter was diagnosed with both AIDS and cancer on the same day. To treat his illness, Peter was prescribed a myriad of drugs that all seemed to produce nausea and eventually make him throw up. In 1996, California voters passed Proposition 215, making the use of medical marijuana legal. The only medication that worked for Peter in controlling the nausea and his constant vomiting was medical marijuana. While on medical marijuana, Peter could keep in his important AIDS medications, and it virtually eliminated the AIDS virus in his body. Because of his findings, Peter teamed up with Todd McCormick, a cancer survivor and cannabis cultivating expert, to publish a book called How to Grow Medical Marijuana. During the writing of the book, Todd McCormick was busted for growing medical marijuana in a Bel Air mansion. Todd's income had come from the book advance from Peter McWilliams, and the federal government named Peter a drug kingpin.
I'm not a drug kingpin. I'm a sick person. I have AIDS. I've been trying to treat my illness. I've been trying to stay alive. I thought that in 1996, when I was diagnosed with both AIDS and cancer, that I was facing the real challenge of my life. And it turns out that the real challenge of my life is coming from my own government.
Federal Judge George King ordered Peter McWilliams off his medical marijuana, which was responsible for keeping in his AIDS medication.
And so the judge is being asked essentially, please keep me alive at least until my trial. I'm not asking the judge to make a decision for the world. I'm not asking the judge to make a decision for everyone. I'm simply asking the judge, would you please keep me alive until this trial begins in September, when the larger issues can be determined. There are large issues to be determined in this case, such as whether all patients should be entitled to medical marijuana who have a doctor's prescription. That's not the issue we're asking here. The specific issue that we're asking the court is, please make an emergency exception so that I might be alive 8 months from now when the trial begins. Also keep in mind that the federal system does not follow speedy trials.